Hello, my name is Robert. I am doing my book report for Women in Leisure. The book that I chose for this particular assignment was the book called This Will Be My Undoing by Morgan Jenkins, living at the intersection of Black, female, and feminist in white America. Something that specifically drew me to this title was being able to learn what she particularly grew up dealing with in that aspect of life. Being an African American female, it is very different in the way people are being raised, from me to someone else to the author Morgan Jenkins, and I felt like I wanted to learn a little bit more about that. And I looked into the other title that was given to us, and I didn't exactly like it that much. So I decided to go with this title instead. One idea, I don't really know if I connected with any particular ideas in the book specifically. After going through, I had an audiobook because I just don't like reading per se, and I get to picture the content and the author more when I listen to an audiobook. So for this one, I particularly didn't respond well to any ideas within um, the book itself. One idea that I did struggle with, though, was the way that she always perceived herself when she would talk about or go into a new chapter. She would give examples or of her life and details about her life, and it always seemed very woe is me type of struggle when it came to dealing with how she was growing up, to into her college years, into her adult years, the way she was treated, the way she was treated by men. It always seemed very woe is me type of thing. So that's not, it's something I really struggled with. It felt more like kind of her spilling everything out, but it wasn't really being able to connect with readers per se. I guess if you are going through that type of thing, growing up, doesn't matter race, nationality, or anything like that, if that's something you could connect with, then this author would be great. If it's something that you would struggle to handle and get an idea, an understanding of things like that, it's probably something that the author you would struggle with in the author. She would always talk about examples of when she was younger. She had a specific girl she always had problems with in high school, and she ended up getting bullied and things like that. And down the long road, she thought, you know, it all worked out for her favor, that this person being bullying her allowed her to strengthen and be more tough and be able to deal with cope with things and be a stronger person. But in the specific time frame, she thought she was horrible and wretched, and she hated her and things like that. Um, my behavior for will definitely probably I'm sorry, my thinking. I almost skipped a question. My thinking of how um, people like the author Morgan Jenkins were raised and have to kind of sit on two worlds and kind of walk the fine line. It's something that definitely did change my thinking process. I didn't really think of how, you would have to walk these two worlds. And, if you step one step too far, you're out of line. If you step one for a step too far left, then you're out of line. So you kind of had to deal with both worlds of trying to fit in culturally with the white society while dealing with growing up as an African American woman, dealing with both cultures in society and having to grow up that way, it definitely makes you think that not everybody is the same. Everybody grows up separately. Everybody's household is different. So it's definitely something that changed my thought process of. Behavioral wise, though, it's definitely going to allow me to open myself up to um, see how the person was raised, maybe speak to, someone. I already have a pretty good understanding with people when it comes to growing up in two households, being multiculturally diverse, different races, and things like that. I kind of grew up the same way. I am Caucasian. I grew up in a Caucasian household, so I don't get that, outside influence of having to walk two worlds. But I did have those types of friends, so I can at least understand a little bit about that. But after listening to this book, it definitely gives you a better understanding of how that person and how that household um, raises their kids or their children, or the way the adults act nowadays. So that's definitely something that behaviorally um, will change for me now that I've read this book. It overall, it was kind of bland, it was kind of boring, but at the same time, I did enjoy it to a point. Um, so that's it for my book report. Once again, I did the book report on This Will Be My Undoing. Hold on, I'm sorry. I had to unlock my phone. This Will Be My Undoing by Morgan Jenkins. Thank you.